We'll give a couple more seconds here, allow people to hop in, and then we'll get started. So give me just one. We'll give it a few seconds here and see quite a few jumping in. Okay, well, let's get started. As you all probably can tell, you have a different face on here this morning as you hopped in than you have had for the last, 6, 7 months as we've done these webinars. So um, I'm DJ Bassett. I work with Ben at Navigate Financial. I am happy to be hopping in and taking Ben's place today in leading this webinar and this discussion. Hopefully I do as well as he has been doing for the last few months with these webinars. And as you can see, today we're going to be focusing on the base camp or what we call base camp discussion for 2025. So let me get over to the presentation. So we'll be walking through and giving a brief overview of the relationship that we have with each client, whether it be a 401k participant or a private client that we work with individually and personally. We tend to have similar discussions and kind of guide things in a similar way and keep things personalized there. So we wanted to talk about that to start out the year and to kind of go through that, as well as talk about the schedule for webinars for the upcoming year. So for the next 11 months. So as we hop in, let's see here. I think it's always good to go back and and talk about why we're doing this and what our mission is at Navigate Financial, and what Ben has done such a good job with individuals over the years, and has built kind of this culture of financial advice for everyone. And it's something that when creating this program that we're about to go through and all these different topics, that was very much at the forefront of our minds, and that we wanted to increase access to financial advice for people. And to really take a holistic approach, because it's really easy to look at it just from the investment side of things, or just savings or something like that. But in reality, somebody's financial well-being is so much more than that. There's a lot of other areas and things that are very important, and are very important to help people enjoy financial security. It's not just investments, although those are a part of it, right? So, and with that, and as most of you that have been on these in the past, I think we went through this at the beginning of last year in one of our first webinars. But it's always good to remind of kind of the structure that we have in place and some of the things that we can talk about, because some, at different points in individuals' lives, it's different things come up. And so like I said, we have investments over there on the top right. That is something and a part of what we do. But we also can touch on things like debt management, cash management, accounts management, a lot of managements there, insurance, retirement planning, entrepreneurship, taxes, important papers, estate planning, things like that. There's 11 different areas that we have put together that we feel we can bring value to, whether from our firm directly or by connecting you with resources that we've partnered with to make some of these easy and attainable, and we can help you progress and work on these different areas. So with 2025 and with our webinar schedule for this year, we thought it would be good. We have 11 plus the base camp, that works out to 12. And it would be really good to go through each of these, one per month throughout the year, And we will have, for some of the different topics, we'll have guest speakers and do our best to pool and put together resources that are going to be really helpful, and topics that are very relevant to this year, that fall within these different categories. So, obviously this month for January is the base camp discussion, which we'll get into in a minute. But yeah, going next month would be, cash flow or budgeting. And then in March, taxes. After that, so just before the tax season, we'll have something there, or during the tax season. Then accounts management, helping people with that and providing resources, and then so on, estate planning, cash management, retirement planning, investments, lending and debt, aging, insurance, and then professional development to round out the year. So we're very excited for this year. We're very excited for this schedule and to continue these monthly webinars. We've seen a lot of people hopping on and a lot of value brought in these discussions, and we hope to continue that through this year for all clients, and provide something. And as a reminder, it's the second Thursday. It'll always be the second Thursday of every month that we'll have these webinars. Just a quick 30-minute discussion, and we've seen and heard back from a lot of people that they appreciate the value that we're bringing, and we're excited to continue that through 2025. And I think these topics are going to be really good. And so feel free to tune into each and every single one of them, as well. As maybe there's a few that pique your interest that you may want to look at, or invite, or bring somebody on, or you can think of somebody that might like a certain topic, whatever that may be. We're excited for this year. So like I said, we'll kind of go back. So we're going to start at that that base camp discussion, and this is something that we do with each individual, or anybody that is interested in having that discussion, because at the end of the day, you look at those 11 topics and it can get overwhelming, right? This is something that we talk about quite often, and as a reason or a need for a third party or a financial professional to help out is because finances can be complex. A lot of the habits and the things that go into personal finances aren't overly complex themselves, but I think when it comes to different aspects of one's life, getting all of them to weave and to work together towards a common goal can be difficult for people. Not always, but we find that that's the case. As you see here, you have different areas. Do I save for retirement? Do I save into an emergency fund? Do I pay off debt? Do I, or which debt do I pay off first, or how fast? Or, I've got these expenses coming up. I got a plan for taxes, and maybe I want to do a Roth conversion from my 401k. Is that going to work out well with my, my tax situation? What is that going to look like? All of these things come up. And so there's, a lot of need to have somebody to say, hey, let's sit down and let's simplify it. Let's make it a little easier. Let's lay everything out, kind of talk through it, figure out where you're at, what your goals are, and then help you get there. And so that is what we strive to do. And with this, base camp discussion, the layout that we've created, we want to make it even easier to do that for each individual that works with us. Again, whether it be 401k participant or individual, outside of the 401k. So what we put together, and as I've mentioned, is this, this structure where we would, sit down and meet and have a base camp discussion. And the next step is just to identify that individual's focus areas. Now, sometimes it may be something that you are thinking about or focusing on or wanting to work on. And other times it may be something that when we sit down and we get a whole big picture, there may be some glaring areas that it's like, we may not want to work on this, but we should. Or let's focus on this before, and helping to, set up the priorities of which one to tackle first, right? Because maybe, a lot of people might like to, you have an entrepreneurship, mindset, and you have this idea and you want to do it, but you may have a lot of debt that's holding you back from doing that. And so even though you may want to, it's like, maybe this year, let's focus on this, and then we can, then catapult into that the next year. So we sit down and go through those with each individual, and then provide actionable steps for you as an individual, for you to work on throughout the year, or if it's maybe over the next few months, or whatever the proper time frame would be for those different items. And then our vision is for this base camp discussion to become more of a routine type of conversation. So maybe not, it could be every year. We could do it every year. But depending on that person's, it could be, every couple of years, or just to return back after we've gone through a few of these different areas and we've been working on things. We come back, reassess, make sure that we're all good. Maybe it's new things that we need to focus on or think about, and then to work on those for that next time frame, let's call it a year. And so that's really what we envision in a client relationship. And that's what we want, right? We want to sit down with you, learn about what you want, what your goals are, what do you want to do with your money, with your finances, with your just your life, and learn more about you, and help to tailor all of these areas to have them all working towards that common goal of whatever you want it to be. If you have, if you want to grow your money, if you want to leave a lot of money at the end of your life, if you want to give it away to charity, if you want to spend time with your family or have experiences, or whatever. I mean, the list goes on and on of things that each person would want to do with their time, and so we want to help to get you there, right? So we have this is how our service and working with us, how it breaks down, and things that we want to do here. So we have two versions, and I'll go through the second version in a second, but we have our Navigate service here. So we have 4 benefits that we built it on, and that the things that we focus on: structure, tools, advice, and support. So structure, we want to build a good framework for you, and just to help you feel, to provide a little bit of that comfort, that that there's something in place. And maybe you're not exactly where you want to be, or you have goals of where you want to go, but that you have something in place that provides some of that foundation, that safety, to help you feel comfortable on the path that you're going. Tools, obviously we want to provide tools and resources, and we put together a good amount of them, and we can be a good resource and tools for a lot of them as well, depending on what you're working on. Advice, that we want to be a good listening ear to what's going on in your life, and to provide sound advice of which areas you should move in or where you should go. And then support is obviously a big thing, and we love when people are giving us a call, even for something small. Sometimes people, they'll call and they'll apologize. "Oh, I'm so sorry, I need help getting logged in on the website." And it's great. We love it. We love helping. We love being here. We love when the phone rings and we can sit down and talk, even for something simple as that. Obviously we always want to be here for people that have, as questions come up, as they naturally do throughout the year or years, at different points in time, different things are on your mind. And we want to be that resource where you can pick up the phone, give us a call. It only rings a couple times and you get a live person right here, either myself or Ben, and we can help walk you through, or get whatever's happening, or whatever's going on, or whatever's on your mind, right? And that can be in the form of a phone call. We can hop on a Zoom call, email, webinars like these as a resource, and education, or whatever comes up, right? We have support in a lot of different ways in a lot of different areas. And then for anybody that's currently a client, everybody that we work with is a Navigate Plus, is what we consider it here. So same as the Navigate service. Now we do offer that simplified service, to people if they want to just only have just the structure, tools, advice, and support. We do have some people that operate in that that capacity or want that relationship, but most people fall into the camp of the Navigate Plus. So same thing all across the board, but the difference is that is the execution. When it comes to, we don't want to just, well, we can just provide advice, but to be able to say, okay, you should, let's say a 401k rollover, you have money at an old employer and you want to move it to your current employer, that we are able to and willing to work with you to get the forms filled out, get them submitted, do as much as we can. Now, in most cases like that would have to be, forms are going to be signed by you as it's your account, but we can help facilitate it from start to finish so that you can, feel like you have somebody there with you. It's not just us saying, hey, you should do this and leaving you to go do it. But rather we work with you. And so that's, for most people that we work with, that's how we operate. And that's the relationship, is that Navigate Plus service. And that's, again, we want to make it customizable for whatever the individual wants. If they want to take a more hands-on approach, we're happy to support that as well. So real quick, I'm going to take a pause and see if there's anything, any questions that we have in any Q&A. I don't see any in there. If there are any, feel free to use it and throw them out there. If you do have any questions in these last 10 minutes here. But we'll go back here. So I just wanted to throw out kind of what the difference of these, these two services look like in these different areas. So for example, lending and debt management, with the Navigate, it'd just be using the tools. We can do an assessment and provide you that report and debt optimization analysis, and really just give you everything that you need to then move forward. Whereas with a Navigate Plus, we'll do the same thing, right? Do the debt assessment, do the optimization, stuff like that, but then actually work with you. If there are, opportunities to engage with lenders, then we may help with that, or different, improvements that we can help with. We'll really walk with you to make those, rather than just saying, hey, here's what you should do, here you go. But really helping to get those queued up and making it easy. Investing, we could, with a Navigate service, we may look at an account and give advice of different investment options or things that you could do to make changes. We could advise on consolidating accounts if you have multiple ones. Whereas a Navigate Plus, if let's say if it's advisable to consolidate your accounts, then we'll work with you to actually get those done, right? We'll call, say you have an account at E-Trade and you want to move it over to consolidate with your account at Schwab or something like that. That we will help fill out the paperwork, get it queued up, work with Schwab and E-Trade to get the forms that we need and get things done and move from one place to another. That's just a small example, but that could be something that would fall under that Navigate Plus category. Not last one, but one of the ones that we've given as an example is cash flow, or another word for that would be budgeting. And with the Navigate, we provide you with the tools, the resources to go and get things queued up. We do have great budgeting tools through our app, and where you can link in your accounts and run through your transactions and categorize them, set goals, and do all of that, right? So we give you access to that, and you could start using it, and that's great. Similar to a Rocket Money or a Monarch, or whatever different. We have a tool very comparable to those that is totally free. Whereas a Navigate Plus, we would again give you that tool, work with you, but we would also set up and manage the system and help you to, we would run the analysis on it and help you make those goals, help you advise and say, hey, we should look at this area. There seems to be a lot of spending. We take a little bit more hands-on of helping you go through it and get things set up for that budget tracking and monitoring system. So, that's really a little quick overview of the service that we offer, and this Basecamp discussion. And our main reason for wanting to talk about this today was to just extend the invitation out again. We like to do this every once in a while to reach out to us. It's a new year. It's a new start. We can get started in the right way. Reach out to us. You have our phone number here on this here, as well as our emails, or you can reach out to us through our website as well. Whatever channel works. Give us a call, shoot us an email, send us a text even to that phone number, and let's get something set up. Let's sit down and have a conversation about 2025 and where you want to be at the end of the year, or where are you going, and making sure that what you're doing and what you have, and that you're moving in the right direction. And if you have things that you really know you want to work on, whether it be it be debt or insurance or areas that you may feel like you're lacking, even more reason, give us a call. Let's talk through them. And more often than not, when individuals, whether they're in a good spot, neutral spot, or need a lot to work on, after having a conversation and talking, there's a good sense of peace to having these conversations and feeling like you're moving in the right direction, even if you're not quite where you want to be at the moment. So again, an invitation, a reminder, whatever you want to call it, give us a call, reach out to us. Let's have that base camp discussion. Let's get talking, and we'd love if over the next month or two, our calendar is just filling up with conversations with individuals. I mean, that's what we love to do, and that would be an incredible use of our time and very fulfilling for us. And I think it'd be a very good help for anybody that takes the time to sit down with us. So, and then for anybody who's a plan sponsor on here, feel free to forward this, and remind any other participants or individuals that are not on the call right now. Remind them of the service that we offer here. We want to deepen those relationships with people and help them feel like they're not alone. They have somebody to turn to, and maybe right now isn't the perfect time, but there's always a time, whether things come up, divorce, inheritance, having a child, going to school, nearing retirement, whatever it is, across the board from age 20 to age 80, there are things that pop up that an individual could need help with or may have questions on, and we want to be there. We want to help and to answer those questions for people. So I think that is everything. We do have a couple of the disclosures there. So I did move a little fast here. I don't see any question. Oh, we do have a few that popped in here. Okay. So we've got, I'll go through and answer some questions to end out this time. So we have, if I send this to my employees, do they have to pay? The answer to that is no. For any 401k participants, the Navigate Plus service is totally included with the cost of the company pays our firm. So for employees, no cost there. It's all included, and there's no billable hours or anything like that. If you give us a call or have a conversation with us, it's all included there. Another similar one. How are the two options priced? Is it monthly, or do you charge a percent of assets like other advisors? Do you require account minimums? So let me pull up back to the presentation real quick. So I'll show here. We've got the two, right? Navigate and Navigate Plus. As I said just a moment ago, for clients, no cost to either of these. It's included with what we currently have agreed upon. So if we work with individuals, typically we do have an asset-based fee that is set when we open up the account, and we talk about that. So there's no additional fee for any service there. As far as the Navigate service, that would be for individuals that may not have an account with us but still want to have a relationship. And we do have that set up at $24.99 a month. So it is a low-cost thing there. You don't have to have a relationship to a 401k company that we work with or us directly. It could be anybody that works with us there, or family or friends of somebody that just wants advice. But if they want to work with us in Navigate Plus, we do have different options, right? With the Navigate Plus, we can do a monthly or we can do asset-based fee. Either or. We kind of talked through that with the individual about what our fee would be for that. But we do have many clients here that have some sort of a monthly fee arrangement if they would prefer that over an asset-based fee. So we're happy to be customizable on this. Now, again, this one was $24.99 for the Navigate service. Navigate Plus can be a little bit flexible, different ways of whatever the individual that we're working with would want. But again, 401k participants would receive Navigate Plus, and it is at no additional cost. Costs already built in through what our compensation is from the 401k plan as the advisor. So let's see, there was a couple other questions here. How much do services cost? And we're good there. If I'm a participant, do I have to pay extra to get this? So a lot of the cost there. We have another one here. It says what? Oh, again, I think a lot of it were the costs here. One of them said they work with a company that we work with and would love to use our services. So I think I answered that there. So if you work at a company that we help out with the 401k, give us a call. No additional cost there for the assistance. So, and then let's see, we have what is the app called? So I had mentioned that we have an app. It is called, we work and partner with Right Capital. But you wouldn't be, if you give us a call, we need to give you access. We do pay for the service, and then we can add you in our system and give you access to our login there. So we'd create a username, and then you would go in and create a password for yourself. So it is fully individual there. We would not see any of that, but we do have to give you access to the tools that we have there. So for the individual that asked that one, we can reach out and send you information on that and help get you set up on that one. So and then last question that we have we have a couple here. So how are individuals different than employees? Individuals are like private clients. So when we work and have an individual relationship with somebody, it would be direct, and we may manage their personal account, an IRA or an individual brokerage account or something like that. So when I use the term individuals, that's what I'm referring to as somebody that opens up an account directly with us at Navigate Financial. Now we custody through Schwab, so we would work with Schwab and help you create an account and manage that directly. It would be more customized, more personal, helping you manage and run your portfolio. So that individuals. Now employees would be 401k participants. You have an account, a 401k account with the company, and we work with the company there. Now we would still be able to and work with you and help with the investments on the 401k and helping you with different things relating to the 401k. But it is set to the fund lineup that the company has put there. And so anyway, so it's a little bit different, those two relationships there. So that was a great question. Thank you for putting that on there. And then, so I don't need any money, no minimum. Yeah, so we don't have any account minimums. We, are philosophically against that. And so, just give us a call and we can help you get started. And in some cases, there may be spots where, from a fee standpoint, there may be other solutions or something that might be a little easier or more efficient for a certain size. But we are happy to help. Like I said, that the Navigate service is built for the advice and support. And so we're happy to help in that way too. Even if, say, you don't have any money right now, the Navigate service might be the place to start, where we can help get you on a path where you're saving or whatever it may be. But yeah, no minimum to work with us in any capacity there. So, and then let's see, can an employee also become a private client? So the answer to that question is yes. We do have sometimes where it makes sense for an employee, whether they be retiring or they want to embark on a very specific tax strategy or something like that. that they may roll money out of their 401k plan over to work with us, where we can help them on their very personalized strategy there. So yeah, employee can also become a private client. Or there may be situations where you have, somebody may have an account in the 401k that we work with, but then they say, hey, I've got these savings over here. I want to, cash management is a perfect discussion topic there for something that, like this situation. So we talked about this earlier last year about cash management, and there are a handful of people that might say, hey, I don't think I'm getting the right, I'm not getting enough return with my money sitting at the bank. Can you guys help me out, invest it, or do something that might get a little higher return? And we can do that. So that's an example of somebody that could be an employee and also a private client. They have a 401k with the company and may have something elsewhere. So the answer is yes, you can be both for sure. Okay. We are now 10:31. We're 1 minute over. Again, thank you all for hopping on, for listening through this, and we look forward, and we hope to hear from a lot of you over the next coming weeks and months. And yeah, just give us a call, send us an email, let us know. We're happy to be here and to help. So thank you, and have a good rest of your Thursday and the good rest of your week. Happy New Year.